Welcome, everybody. Welcome. We're so excited to have you here. Our whole mission here, I'm with Katie Yeakle, Executive Director and co-founder of AWAI. Hi, Katie.
Pam. Hi, everybody. Everybody got their running shoes on? We're ready to sprint?
Oh, yeah. Get ready. Fire hose, drinking from it. In a good way. And then we have Rebecca Matter, our president here at AWAI.
Yay,
Hi, Rebecca.
Hi, everybody. Excited to be here.
And if you haven't met me yet, and it's possible you haven't, I'm the learning chief here at AWAI, Pam Foster, and we are, the three of us are convening for a mission to help you finish 2025 strong and go right into 2026 with a plan of action that will get momentum going for you. So super excited today. We're talking about a sprint here, a short, attainable, achievable sprint. You'll be done in 5 days. Oh my gosh. Let's go over what it's going to be. A lot of writers have already heard about the sprint to 5K. And we're talking about 5,000, not a 5K, marathon. But in your words, Katie and Rebecca, and I'll start with you, Katie, what is this program and why are we creating it now?
It's we're a little superstitious around here and we have a thing 11/11, and especially we just feel like you make a wish, and I just love that we're doing this on the 11th of November at 11 o'clock Eastern time. So that kind of encapsulates a little bit of what this is about. This is about putting everything together for you guys to, like you said, finish this year strong. And it's not even so much about this year, it's about next year, getting ready next year. We are clearing our decks. We're bringing in our very best experts, and we're going to be giving you realistic, doable strategies that we're all going to be doing together in real time during this very short period of time. But the model you'll be getting, the recipe you'll be getting is, rinse and repeat for as long and as big and as wide and as deep as you can go. So this is our attempt to just do everything we can to help you get over any hurdles, any obstacles, and make that first $5,000, which we know is so critical.
For me, the idea of sprinting, we think about the writer's life and building anything as a very long game. There's so much to do for the rest of our lives. And that's a beautiful thing, right? We never have to worry about what will come next, because this thing that we're learning, this copywriting, this power of persuasion, will serve us forever into the next chapter, into retirement, whatever that looks like for you. There's so much here. The challenge, though, is getting started. And we have a phrase that we love here. I learned it from Joe Vitale years ago, and that is money loves speed. If you can't gain speed, it's very hard to get going. Once you have speed, once you have momentum, it's easy to sustain. But that beginning part, getting started towards any goal in your life, can be a challenge. So we came to that. So how do we solve that problem? If the biggest challenge people have right now is not getting started, putting it off one more day, one more thing, how do we break that problem? How do we solve that problem? Mm-hmm. And then right next to that, knowing that a lot of times confidence and proof that we can do this, that this is real, that I am real, that I can do this, that's a hard thing too. Can I actually achieve the goal that I set out for myself? And in all of my years, almost over 2 decades now of working with writers, I know that the paycheck is what matters. And not just a paycheck, but enough of a paycheck to where you're like, okay, I have some decisions to make. I can see the future now. I can decide how this sets up for my career, how this might affect my income, how this might affect my family. And you start to really understand what you're playing with here. So if I can connect speed, get you off the starting block, get you in the game, get you going fast, but you don't even have time to think about it. You don't have time to think about all the things that could get in the way. You don't have to worry about that, because we've got all that. And I can get you running, and I can get you paid at a level that allows you to start making bigger decisions. I think we have what I would consider the perfect sauce for that. And so that's where Sprint to 5K was born. We're overcoming the problem of getting going. Like, let's do this thing. We've created a program that allows you to get out of your head. All you have to do is just follow along, and we're going to sprint. We are running alongside you. Lace up your shoes. We're going to meet at the starting line, and we're going to start together. and then this paycheck thing, to be able to build something that proves to you that you can do it. And now that you've proven it, all you got to do is rinse and repeat, and it grows from there. So I feel like this is one of the most exciting things that we've ever put together, because it really does hit on all of the potential problems or roadblocks that are stopping you from getting to where you want to go in this beautiful writer's life that you want to live.
And it's all about getting that momentum going. All of these steps, everything that we're going to be doing is going to be getting that all important momentum going for you.
Yeah, and since 1997, AWAI has helped thousands of members, including me, who I've been here for 20 years with AWAI, and boy, it changed my life. And so I wondered what kind of patterns you guys have seen over the years from our wide breadth of members, on what's worked and how we shaped up this sprint to meet people where they are and get them going.
You want me to? I can go. I mean, Rebecca touched on some of those, but it's the head game, it's the head trash, it's the head talk, it's the self-doubt, it's the I'm not sure, and coming up with objections that aren't real. I mean, we see that so often, like they're in your mind, but they're really not going to happen, but they stop you from even taking that first step. I think I would say, in my experience, that's been the biggest cause for people not getting started. It's the worries about all the what ifs, and letting those be louder than the what if you actually did it. What if this is something I can do, and wow, look, I'm actually doing it. So that would be there's a few, but that would be my big.
I think that's a good starting spot. That's the mindset, the head trash stuff. And we are definitely going to address that. But I also, right next to that, I think from a pattern standpoint, Pam, you were talking about, like, what do we know to be true in almost 30 years of AWAI, which is crazy. But this stuff doesn't change. There's the headspace stuff that Katie is talking about. But then there's the learning mode. Who likes to learn? Me. I love to read books. I love to attend things. I love to listen. But eventually we're going to have to do something. And so that is, this, Pam, like, we want it to be all of the things. You've been with us for over 20 years. You've worked with us now for 10. Happy anniversary, by the way. 10 years today. Thank gosh that we have you here. But we've identified so many opportunities, because there's so many ways to make money as a writer nowadays. It's very easy to get caught up in that learning mode. Yeah. I think that's one. The second one is that no clear plan. We kind of run into this thing with, like, we're here. We're going to do this thing. We're going to buy some programs and do some things, and then we're going to do some things, and we're going to have a business. But having a plan helps. And by the way, guys, whether you do sprint to 5K with us or not, take notes on this stuff. The sprinting aspect of it, getting in the game, the thing we first talked about, is important. So if nothing else, just have a plan to get in the game of what you're going to do. And then in this case, Pam's latest question, understand that there's always going to be one more book, one more course, one more webinar, one more. Getting stuck in learning mode, we get to learn forever, and that's a beautiful thing, but we still have to get into the doing piece. So understanding that, am I in learning mode, or am I actually doing something that's moving me forward? Having a plan, showing up every single day and saying, this is what I'm working on now, and I know it's moving me forward. This sprint to 5K, we're building it to do that for you. But either way, when you leave, we're going to set you up with a plan to keep on going. So understanding that having a plan helps your chance of success so much greater. And then finally, the fear of reaching out to clients. I know we love to get the skills, we love to learn the stuff, but the whole talking to clients thing is super scary. Yeah. And so that's one of the other trends that we have seen and identified over the years that could be getting in your way. So are you stuck in learning mode? If you're not where you want to be right now, are you stuck in learning mode? Do you have a plan? Are you reaching out to clients? And if the answer is no to any of those things, or yes, if you're stuck in learning mode, if you have struggled with any of those things, that's what Sprint to 5K is hoping to, or will overcome for you.
Great.
Yeah, and that plan is everything. It's, you're not waking up wondering, like, okay, what do I do tomorrow? You know what you're doing, and it's building blocks that are leading you to where you want to go.
And it's fantastic, because 5 days, you can do this. 5 days. If you can carve out like an hour or two over 5 days, 1 week, this is what we're talking about. That builds momentum, that gets you going. And our sessions here for this program are going to be very actionable. We're going to give you things to do, so you're actually making progress. And I know that, another thing from Joe Vitale that I learned was you can certainly manifest what you want.
Oh my gosh, look at the timing.
I know.
Whoa, there you go. It's 11:11.
You just said manifest the time. So everybody, it's 11:11. Our
Make a
family,
wish.
our company, we always say 11:11, make a wish. So everybody stop for a second.
Yep.
And just like wish, what is it that you want from this, from your writing? What is the thing? And then bonus points if you put it in the chat, because I think that that's pretty exciting as well, to make it known that this is what I want. And it's a good habit to get in, by the way, just to pause every day and say, what is it that I want? So 11:11. Sorry, go back to you. Manifesting. We just manifested what we want.
I didn't even realize that was gonna, like, the universe.
No, that was crazy.
Great job, Jess.
Yeah, thanks, Joe. But one thing you said that I took away is you can manifest what you want. You can also manifest fear and what you don't want. So focus on what you want, but also it's not just going to happen out of the sky. You do have to take action. And that's what the sprint is about. Okay, you know what you want, but how are you going to get there? We're going to try and help you do that in the fastest way possible, like faster than I've ever seen in my many years here. The 5-day model, I'm just so excited to be part of it. So one of the promises that we have is that 5K part, the $5,000 as a writer.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering, some people may go, gosh, is that realistic if I'm brand new? And can you speak to that, Rebecca, on how we can say that?
I think it's important too, because I can't say you're going to get 5,000, 10,000, 6 figures, like whatever promise is made, it's going to be up to you to do the work. Right. But $5,000 is, and I think if you're just starting out, it feels sometimes like it's a lot further away from you, but it really is the way to build a writing business. I have been interviewed by the BBC, by the New York Times. Everybody's talking about the little jobs that AI took away and all these things, or the jobs AI took away. And my response has always been, those are not the jobs that we've been teaching. We have never been in business to tell you to make $50, $75, $100. Like, that's not the game. This has always been about a real career, a professional career, a career that can give you an executive level income. So $5,000 for a starting goal is actually not that high, because the projects that we're going to talk to you about and the clients that we're going to show you how to get are going to be $1,500 and above. The offers that we're going to build for you are going to be higher level. We are not going to be selling a blog post. We are going to be selling a content system. We are going to be selling a larger scale plan. And I know it sounds scary, but the reality is it's just in the way that we put it together, the way that we frame the offer, which is a big, important part of this training, is that no matter where you are, when you leave, you will have an offer that is aimed at starting at $1,500. So that's, a few clients once a month, and it repeats and it grows from there. We're going to build you a $5,000 offer. So there is a chance that your first client in this, with this offer system that we're building you, could be your first one client. It really depends. It's going to depend on you. It's going to depend on the work that you do. But the system that we're building is to set your system up so that you're not piecemealing. We are not the people who are being replaced by AI. We are this higher level of performer, of problem solver for our clients. And that's what Sprint to 5K is about. So if you have been dabbling at writing for a while and you're like, how are we going to possibly, or I don't believe that I can, or if you've been at it a while and you are doing good things, come to this training, because we are going to put you in the front door, and when you leave at the end, you will be at the level of writer that you need to be from a business standpoint. Now, are you going to get better if you have more skills, if you practice more? Of course. But will your business be set up properly to get you to 5,000 and then to grow from there? Yes, that's what this system is all about. So if in your head you're having any doubt of like, but how can all I've been paid is $100 to write a blog post, or I haven't been paid at all, how am I going to get to 5,000? It would be the same amount of time and energy to make 500 than it would to make 5,000. There's really no difference in the effort. It's really just about how you show up, how you're connecting, how you're presenting to clients. And that's what this is all about. So you could do a lower level program and just go to 300 or 500, or you could do the exact same system, but with this level and get the same amount of effort and make 5,000. So that's really what this is about. So if that is at all a limitation in your head, let that one go. And by the way, if you do this, there's a 100% money back guarantee on Sprint to 5K. You can actually go through the entire training. And if you still aren't happy, we're gonna give your money back. It's not about, for us, it's not about this thing, this program, this sale, it's about
experience.
I bet we could change some lives. I bet that I can solve the number one problem and like hit it out of the park. And I'm so confident in that I just come and do the things. And if it isn't for you, all your money goes back.
And, Rebecca, I think what can be eye-opening is how quickly projects can turn into 5,000, the combinations, the different way of positioning. And it's not a big stretch for companies. It's when you add up the value of what you'll be able to offer, and when you are able to articulate it in a way that translates to these companies, like you're not giving them a blog post, you're giving them more leads. You're not giving them, emails, you're giving them more sales, you're giving them more retention, whatever that is. And that's what is such a powerful concept to grasp for writers. I think when writers get that, they really make a switch in their confidence in their professionalism, their confidence in what they're bringing to the table. And then, 5,000 per client, that's really not unusual. That would be pretty standard based on the things that you're able to offer. And by being able to articulate it in that way, it's just a game changer. And so I think, you're going to walk away knowing that, understanding it, and owning it, and it being your offer. When Rebecca says we're creating offers, you guys are going to be the one creating the offer, your personal offer for yourself. We're just going to be guiding you. We'll be tweaking it and giving you feedback on it. But it's going to be offers that are relevant and exciting to you.
Well, I love when Rebecca said that you could use this method to get $500 a pop jobs, but it's the same method to go bigger. And I love that so much. And so, Rebecca, I'm wondering if you can walk us through what happens over the 5 days, when it starts, what's going to happen, how that looks.
Yes. So we know that, again, momentum is everything. And we know that action is key, so that we can't just put you through something and then hope that you go do it afterward, right? So when we got into the process of what works, we realized that the most success is gained from hands-on. That's why we do our certifications. That's why we have feedback. That's why we do more live experiences right now, because when you're workshopping, when you're doing it, you can get your questions answered then. You're working the thing, you're building your confidence, and you're building blocks. You're leaving with the house built instead of leaving with a plan to one day build a house. If the problem that we're trying to solve is action or inaction, then we have to get you acting all the way through so that we don't get caught up in one more thing, right? Mm-hmm. So the way we set this up is 5 days, and it's going to be, I would book 2 hours on your schedule. The training piece will be about an hour, but then we're going to be workshopping and doing things. So each day will have 1 to 2 hours of us face-to-face, tackling one of the 5 big blocks that you need to work on. So we'll start there. There will be live coaching and real-time responses. We will be prompting you, workshopping things, asking you to participate. So ideally you attend live. If you can't, it is recorded. We will have a Facebook group that you'll be able to post your questions and still interact. But being there live, if you don't go live, you've got a day job or something happening, still try and stay on track each day. So it's 1 to 2 hours of live. We're going to be coaching live. We're going to be workshopping and giving you the actionable thing to do. And each of the things that we're doing is building a block. It is a takeawayable asset. It's like buying 5 different programs, but distilling it into the one thing that you need to know to put that block in place. So we're going to go through mindset. We're going to talk. Ted Capshaw is amazing at helping with the head trash. We're going to make sure you have the right mindset for day 1. And we're going to give you an assignment that you're going to do that night that will take you to day 2. Day 2, Pam's actually going to be joining us. And we're going to define and really make sure that you have a clear niche, not just in the broad strokes of I'm going to write for this market, but who are we actually working for? And she has a great system for this. And even if you've ever picked a niche before or you have a niche, I still want you to go through it. I can't tell you how many times in my own personal life and in my career, I have reassessed something, and the tiniest tweak and pivot couldn't be a game changer. That tweak can be everything between, oh my gosh, it's flowing, and I'm just eking along. So I want you still to go through that workshop. And if you don't have an itch, don't worry, it's going to start at the beginning. So you will have, so that day you will leave understanding what is a profitable niche? How do I define my profitable niche? What does it mean to define a niche? Not just I'm writing for this thing, but I actually can now find the clients that are that I'm going to be serving. So we're going to get really focused on who we are serving. And then we're going to go into our 3rd day workshop, which is going to be by Heather Robson. We're going to work on your offer. And this offer is going to be a little bit different. We've talked about irresistible offers before, but we are actually going to build what I like to call or what we call in marketing, a good, better, best opportunity. So when we talk to clients, it's not all the things that we can do. It's very specific. These are the things that I offer you, and I offer it one of 3 ways. Which of these 3 ways? So again, even if you don't attend, write this down. Which of these 3 ways do you want to proceed with? That question, asking a client to pick one of 3, not here are all my services, and I hope that you want me to do one of these things, but here are the 3 things that we have talked about this. This is what you want, client. Like Katie was talking about, outcomes. We don't write blog posts, we generate leads, right? We don't write landing pages, we generate sales. Outcome. Client, here's what you have said. Here's 3 ways that I can deliver it to you. One is 1,500, one is 3,000, one is 5,000. Which one do you want to start with? That question and choice and ease of one of 3, not all the things, just 3, is a game changer as far as closing, which then sets us up to be able to get clients. So we're going to go through 3 different variations of 3 different kinds of offers so that you will be able to figure out what feels good to you and what feels comfortable based on your niche. And then we're going to workshop it. We're going to help it to make sure that you have the right offer. And then we're going to move into getting clients. So Lise Bennett will be joining us, who's my favorite getting client expert in the industry. And she will be walking through the easiest way for you to connect and start landing clients. We will make sure that you have a solid LinkedIn profile, and then we're actually drilling in to make sure it's all set, show you how to connect. And then Russ Henneberry, who's got a higher level digital marketing expert, will come in and show you how to close. So closing is a big thing with, client starts talking to us. Oh my gosh, a client is talking to me. What do I do? Lisa's going to have them talk to you, and then Russ is going to show you how to actually move them into project, and then show you how to increase that scope. So now we've done this thing. How do we go from 5 to 10 to 15? How do we get there? So it's going to be a fire hose. We're going to move super crazy fast, but that's the idea of it, is that by the time you finish, you're going into the next week already built. You're not now. Could you build a website? Yes. Could you have samples? Yes. Could you have all these things? Will you build all those things? Yes. But will you be able to start making money from this if you move forward with the plan that we give you? Yes. That is the whole goal, is to move you forward into this. And then we're going to sprint. And sprinting is something different for everybody, right? For me, it could mean 2 days. For Katie, it could mean 2 weeks. For Pam, it could mean 2 months. Whatever action you want. When we say sprint, we are going to run and help assist with your desire. We've got the holidays coming up. You might not want to sprint. You might have it all in place and start working it, but knowing that it's going to be there in January. Or you're someone like me. I'm a gaming type person. I like to win, just as by the way, I'm super competitive. I'm the kind of person, you give me a plan, I'm like, I'm going to go by Friday. So I'm going to work on Monday. I'm not going to wait until the new year. I want to go. So wherever you are, we will meet you there. And that's kind of what this system is built around. It's just giving you this momentum and speed, and just enough, not giving you the depth, not giving you all the things, just enough each day to get you running down that path.
The visual just that came into my head is like a 101, a 201, a 301, all in creating offers and getting yourself out there. So, and the rate that you do it at is up to you, but it's all going to be there. We're going to take you from here to there, and you will have, your masters in how to do this, basically.
I do see a question in the chat about those of you who are in 4 Weeks to Pro, and I just wanted to answer that. 4 Weeks to Pro really focuses on the writing aspects, so the fundamentals of persuasion, of copywriting. If you are in 4 Weeks to Pro, though, and you're seeing this and you're asking the question, should I take Sprint to 5K? Yes. If you can be with us next week and do both, we'll see you Monday, Wednesday in 4 Weeks to Pro, and then Sprint to 5K in the afternoon. If you can do both, I would highly recommend it, because what happens at the end when you have all the skills from 4 Weeks to Pro to go do the things, now we got to make money from the things. That is a big part of AWAI's secret sauce, is skill building, make money from it. You can take all the courses, you can learn all the things, but you've got to be making money from it too. So we learn something and we start making money while we learn something else to make more money, while we learn something else to make more money. So 4 Weeks to Pro friends who are in there with us right now, come join us for Sprint. Like, let's go. Let's take the skills that you're learning and build the business to kickstart this thing into the earning side of the learning game.
Yeah,
Sorry, back to you. Back to you.
Okay, well, no problem. I love it because I'm part of 4 Weeks to Pro too, and we will have a client session, but it's one session, and it's going to be a great session. But this is really taking you to a sprint, a very focused. Now let's dig in and do this. And what I love about it is I've been writing in the pet industry as a freelancer for since 2009. I'm going to be right here with the sprint with you because things change and evolve, and I can always learn new ways to get clients. And I'm excited to learn how to make an offer that's new and fresh and appealing. So I'm in it with you guys. But one question is, if you're not like a long timer like me, if you're totally brand new,
Old age.
if you're brand new, like starting today, you just discovered us, and you're like, oh my gosh, I can make a living as a freelance writer. What? Is this for you? Well, how would you answer that, Katie?
I would say, yes, it is for you. I mean, this could be
yes. Next question, please.
like, hello, we're giving it to you all here wrapped up in a bow with us linking arms with you, getting through it. Like, cut all that other stuff. Cut all the do I do this? Do I do that? Yes, we're going to tell you exactly what to do. So I think this would be a beautiful way of setting yourself up for success. Whenever you feel like you have the skills, once knowing this business side of it, knowing how this works and how it can work for you will influence the way that you do learn the fundamentals and things like that. So I say absolutely yes. And I see that Jay Renee has signed up for both. And I'm sure there's some others that are in both.
Yay! Good job, Jay.
I'm glad it'll be fun to spend a lot of time with you next week.
Yeah.
But yeah, everything that we teach really, there's something for you no matter where you are, because
Right.
you're going to learn it in a way that is how you need to learn it right then. It's going to make sense to you. It's going to be something that either builds on something that you already have or gives you a foundation for what's yet to come. So
I think too, just to answer the initial question also about the samples piece, like I'm brand new, I don't have samples. We can actually pop a URL in the chat about how to write samples. The reason I want to talk about this though, is that there's always going to be stuff to do. Like Katie said, there's a training for you everywhere, depending on what it is that you need. The key is not waiting until you take it all to do something. So Are you still going to write samples? Sure, we can totally write samples. We have a free training on how to write samples. Are you still going to put up a website? Yes, we can show you how to put up a website. Do you need all of that stuff today to start moving forward? No. And really what you want is to have a list of all the things that you want to do, but see each piece as getting bigger and better, not building to start, if that makes sense. So sprint to 5K is like, let's just put the first 5 blocks in fast, and then we're going to go. Now, for you, writing samples might be on your list for next week. Putting up a website might be on your list for next week. I just need to get you out of the gate running, and then with a system to understand, okay, here's 75 things I could be doing. Like Pam said, I want to learn new ways to get clients. Awesome, right? She's not going to wait and just be like, well, I'm not going to do anything until I learn those things, right? She's still doing right now. And she's going to make a list of all the things that she could be. And then she's going to decide each day, what is it that I'm going to be doing today, though? And I say this because it's something that I want to make sure you all realize the way that you approach your days, the way that you approach your writing, your career, all of it is to have a game plan. I talked about this at the beginning. One of the patterns that we see that stops people is not having a plan. So you want to have a plan and just saying, okay, Monday, I'm going to write an email sample. Tuesday, I'm going to post content on LinkedIn. Wednesday, and we're going to show you how to systematize your process and get clarity in that. But just whatever's on your list, I got to buy a domain name. I need to name my business. I don't have a logo. Those are all things that can just stop you from even getting started.
Oh, and so true. Oh my gosh.
So
Yeah.
I just want you to understand that that's not what sprint is we're going to fire off 5 things to show you how fast you can move. And then it's like, even that becomes rinse and repeat. Like, oh, this is all I really have to do. And if I do this, I was actually talking to Brian Clark yesterday. It's funny how we revisit things that we know to be true. I've been in this industry for 2 decades myself, and he is just brilliant. And we were talking about how we have to like relearn, we forget things. But in that conversation, we were kind of talking about this an hour a day. Like that copywriting really is a retirement plan. When you look to the future and you think where you want to be, it's not about like getting it all done right now to get there. It's what if we were just building it slow, 1 hour a day? He's like, in 90 days, they would have a full retirement plan and they could go anywhere in the world that they wanted to be at any given time. He said, and he was saying, he always tells people, don't wait for the layoff. Like start now, invest an hour a day so that it's already there. And then you can turn it on whenever you want to, or if you have to turn it on, it's already built and you can turn it on. And I thought there was something visually even about that. So we're going to set you up hour a day. We're going to go, 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 go. And then you can just keep on and realizing that it's not this massive undertaking. It's just one bite at a time. Just chipping away, and it's building and becoming more valuable as the days go on, as the months go on, as the years go on. Your value continues to increase.
It becomes part of your practice. It becomes, again, part of your professional business day. The habits, the mindsets, the actions that you were going to be taking, and the muscles that you're going to be using in this sprint that are setting you up for continuing this and continuing to keep that pace going. Now, I see Ingrid was asking, can we make $5,000 by the end of this year? Ingrid, we can never make those kind of specific promises. This plan is laid out to help you do it. It's all up to you as far as when the timing is and how it works. But the idea is the system will be in place in 5 days. And then it's just up to you to execute it and keep working it. So, and it's to show you what 5,000 can look like and how then it can be multiplied. So I just want to be really clear about that one.
I love this that Ingrid was saying. She actually started her copywriting journey as one of her retirement plans. So awesome,
excellent.
Ingrid. And she also noted Circle of Success already is on your member page, so you do not have to register. So Circle of Success gets it for free, and it's already on your member page. We made it super easy, so we will automatically see you next week.
Yes.
Yep. And I want to add a couple of things about if you're new, if you're not new. This is a recipe, you guys, and I am not new, and I can't wait to go through this because it's a refresh or a reset. If you are experienced at all and you're like, I want to kick it up a notch, this is perfect for that. Honestly, because I think what especially Russ and Heather are going to teach us about what kind of offer and how to present it to clients. I mean, I'm all in on that. I want to see what they have to say. And it might be totally new to me, even though I've been doing this for 112 years. I also think it'll help you bust past any resistance. Like I know, for example, whenever I'm talking about choosing a niche market to focus on, there's a lot of resistance sometimes, like, won't that limit me? I want to work for any client that comes along. But actually, in this crazy world of competition, choosing a niche that you align with, clients will be so happy to find you. And you might be one of just a handful of writers that can help them that get their market. So this is huge. I'm a huge, huge fan of choosing a lane and then being the best option in that lane. So that's what we're going to talk about in my session. But
I love that. And just I just want to note Krista too. I'm with you, Pam, 100%. But just this idea that she has spent the last few years kind of getting ready, and she stopped working her JOB in January and has been focused ever since. So yay, Krista. Okay, back to you, Pam.
Okay, so the next question is AI. So AI has changed so much about writing, or seems to have. How does Sprint to 5K help writers compete or even stand out in this brave new world?
Well, I think it's a reality of understanding what AI is. I talked a little bit about this at the beginning, and there's a whole bunch of conversation now. Now it's all about human and human content and human writers and all of this stuff. And that is true. AI, everybody who turned to AI and we're all in on AI is like, oh no, all the results came crashing down. So if you read any of our stuff, you'll read our manifesto. Actually, we'll pop that in the chat as well. If you're not familiar with AI and what it means to our industry now, we actually published a manifesto a few months ago to solidify the reality of not the marketing speak, not the hype, not the scary like drama. All isn't it so funny? It went like this. Everyone terrified, fear, all the things, and then we're back to like, I've never seen anything move so fast before.
Right.
That one moved
So
fast.
up and so down. Yeah.
So fast, right? Oh my gosh, we need AI prompt engineers, $300,000. And where's that job now? Like it went so fast. It's crazy. And now we are back to, oh, we got to have humans writing the stuff, right? So understanding AI, what it is a really amazing tool and you should be using it. So read the manifesto, Jess, if you could pop that in the chat. I would appreciate it, or put it up on the screen would be great also. It's awai.com/manifesto. If you are new to AI, I want you to understand the story before you actually waste any energy worrying or thinking about it. We've had more success stories in the past few months than Katie has been interviewing. I don't know if you guys have seen the Facebook Lives that she's been doing, but writers who are having massive success right now in this AI world. So don't allow the drama, the stories, the narratives to spin. Listen to the people who are doing what you want to do. This is another key to success. Surround yourself with people who are successfully doing what you want to do. Otherwise, you end up in the room with everybody complaining, worrying, fearful. Like, that's fine. But you know what's not going to happen in that room is success. I want to be in the room where everyone's like, you know what I'm doing? You know what I'm doing? And I just did this thing. Like, that's the room that you want to be in. So get up to speed on AI and understand that that's not, we're not, I said it back then when it first hit the scene, and I'll still say it now. By the way, I was right. AI is not going to disrupt. It disrupted, but it's not going to take out the industry. It just changed it. And honestly, it elevated what AWAI has been teaching all along, which is to be a high value participant. Kay talked about this. We don't write blog posts. We don't write articles. That's not what we get paid for. Do we do those things? Yes. We don't get paid for that though. We get paid to generate leads. We get paid to bring in trust, that they trust that your clients have the solution. We get paid to empathize, clearly identify the problem and how it connects to your client's solution. Yes. We get paid to sell. We get paid to make sure that the clients that they sell things to actually achieve those benefits. We are amazing. We have the superpower to do so much in any business. Yes, we do it with the written word, but the power is in what it is that our words deliver. And AI does not think that way. AI's job is to do what you ask it to do. Right? Is the veterinarian going to leave the patients in the room could he use AI to write social media, to write newsletters? Now, do I think it's going to be good? Not as good, but could he? Yes. Do you think he's going to? No, because he went to school and invested in his career, which is treating patients, right? Our job as writers is to help all the other things happen, how to increase the volume of appointments at the veterinary practice, how to increase the lifetime value of the patients, right? Selling them other things, making sure they're coming back for their cleanings and their tick checks and all of the things, more. We help businesses thrive, we help them survive, and we help them grow. That's the power of the writer. So learn about AI and understand that it's a tool that you get to use that is only going to make you bigger, faster, stronger. And then once you're there, it just kind of starts to go away. The narrative changes for you.
Yeah, and what I have found out there is that my favorite part about our power as a writer is helping clients stand out from all the competition and all the AI stuff that's published by their competitors. So you can show your clients and say, okay, these articles are generic. I can help you write ones that really connect and help you stand out as the bomb, the best solution in your market. And it's a blast. But you know what? We've always been doing that as writers. It's not something new. So that's what I love about our power here. And so again, I'm going to ring the niche bell a little bit, but when you are helping clients in a certain market and you're just as passionate about that world as they are, or you have knowledge of the audience and everything, you can help them stand apart and really own the market. You know, that's what I love to do. So
I think you pointed out something so great that I didn't even mention that is that AI, everyone using AI, it's all become what we call vanilla output. So if nothing else, just go into the world and say, what makes me different is all your competitors are using AI and they all look the same. I'm going to make sure that you actually stand out as something different. I love that, Pam. Thank you so much. I love Yvette. It's 4 weeks to pro with us. It is excited to join 5K next week. Excited for the possibilities. Us too, Yvette. Yay.
All right. So next question. We've talked about this being a sprint, not a marathon. So by the end of 5 days, what kind of results, or what do you think people are going to walk away with at the end of the last hour on the 5th day? What's your vision there, Katie?
Well, they are going to have solid offers, like Rebecca said, 3 offers that are specific to them and what they do for the market that they serve. That's going to be a tangible thing that they walk away with. The intangibles are going to be the momentum we've been talking about, the confidence we've been talking about, the insight, the knowledge, the understanding how this all works and their place in it. So, I mean, I think that's, in a nutshell, what people are going to walk away with. They're going to be part of a group. They're going to be part of a community of us all working together. And that just always feels great and adds excitement and insights, and you learn things in different ways. But the tangible thing is something that they can market and, to help them get that next $5,000 client or collection of clients.
And then right next to that, just the checklist that you can know that you'll walk away with is 1, clarity. You will have clarity in your business. And I think, like I said earlier, that little bit of the little tweaking, we work with our Circle of Success members every single week. We have something called Win Coaching, where we do group coaching. They have one-on-one mentoring. So often it's just a little, show me what you're doing. Okay, here's the problem. If we just tweak it a little bit, all of a sudden it floods up. So you having clarity in what the heck are you doing with your writing business? What is your career? We're going to get massive clarity. So check number 1, you can write that on the list. You're going to walk away with clarity. The second thing you're going to walk away with is a niche, defined, clear, confidence that it's profitable, and understanding who is in that niche that you are serving. Who are you serving? Having that clarity and saying, this is who I serve, is when we talk about niche, that's what we are saying.
Yeah.
This is who I serve. Then we're going to move into your offer. What is your offer? As Katie was talking about, that is, what do I do for them? I serve these people, and here is how I help them. Because once we have that, now it's just rinse and repeat. It's client list. You're going to walk away from this training with your client list. You'll have 100 potential clients in your niche that you will be reaching out to. That's part of the training. Then you'll walk away with an outreach plan. So far we have clarity, niche, offer, client list, and then an outreach plan. What happens next? It will be a rinse and repeat system. It's not going to be all the things. We're not going to show you 25 ways. We're going to show you one way. And guess what? That day that we show it to you, you are going to reach out. We are going to be talking to clients next week in this training. One of the best things I ever learned from Elise Bennon was just to treat everything like practice. So if I say that and you're like, talking to clients next week, that's not what, Rebecca, that's crazy. I want you to have it in your head. It's just practice. We're just going to practice next week. Now, are these real clients? Yes. Are they potentially going to respond? Yes. Are you going to need an offer ready to go? Yes. But guess what? You're going to have it. What happens when they call? Oh my gosh, Pam, I got somebody. Guess what? We have a community that we're going to help you. So we'll be able to be in the Facebook group. You're like, somebody responded. What do I say? Here's what you say. Here's how you handle it. So we'll be in there with you to get this momentum building. So you're going to walk with clarity, a niche, an offer, a client list, and an outreach plan, and then support in this community, because it's exciting. Like I said, be in the room with people who are doing the things that you want to do. Get in that room. That's what this room is going to be. And we're going to stay in that room and just work on this. Keep running.
Okay. Now, if anybody's on the fence, if you're sitting going, I've been struggling with starting or restarting, what would you say to them right now?
I think we've covered it. Is there anyone out there who was like,
just do it like Nike?
Yeah.
And like, what is to risk, right? Because at the end of the day, there's a reason why you have, well, let's take it back. At the end of the day, there's a reason that you haven't started.
Right.
So what is that reason? Honestly, is it, I don't know what to do. I've gotten stuck in the learning plan. Whatever the reason is, write that reason down and then ask yourself, will sprint to 5K help me overcome it? Because the reality is, the only thing that stops people from getting what they want is doing it. There's that famous quote, right? You can have anything that you want as long as you want it badly enough.
Yeah.
So how bad do you want this? What is getting in your way? And do you believe sprint to 5K is going to help you overcome it? I think we have clarity in the problem that most writers have, and that is just getting off the starting block and running. And I know that if I can get you running, not walking, running, momentum is easy to maintain. It's the starting that is always, what is it? Objects in motion tend to stay in motion. A lot easier to stay in motion than to get started. And so you knowing that we've got you, that we have a proven system, that you're going to be locked arms. I guess we can't really run locked arms because that would be really weird and awkward to be running forward. But we'll be running alongside.
I'm a slow sprinter.
Here's a banana. Here's some water. Here's some hydration. Like
Rebecca will be dragging me along.
This is the next thing. This is the next thing. You won't have to worry about what to do next. You won't have to worry about, am I going to be successful? Will I be able to do this? Because the answer is yes. You will. All you are committing to right now is spending 5 days with us. That's it. That's all you have to commit to right now. And the price, I mean, we normally, our events are usually 2,000 and up. We've decided to do this one not at that price point because we just want as many people running. Like, let's go ahead and make, I'm going to put it out here right now. I've said this once before in my whole career at AWAI, and I was right then. And I'm going to say it now. 2026 is going to be the year of the writer. If you look at the spreadsheets I put in this, go to awai.com/sprint. You look at the two graphics, not spreadsheets, but the graphics. We are already seeing all the conversation in the industry is all about right now, human writers, right? Everybody, that's the buzz. 2026 is going to be massive for writers. I said it 5 years ago, the year of the writer. I think 2026 is going to be the year of the writer, and it's going to be in a big way. So knowing that already exists, whether you want it or not, that's already happening. All that's standing between you and that is getting yourself in position and getting momentum so that January doesn't come and you're like, okay, now I'm going to do it. Now I'm going to get started with everybody else. Pop the champagne. Let's make our New Year's resolutions. I'm going to be at that party. You're going to be at that party saying, oh, I already am done. I'm already in motion. I'm not going to go to the gym on Monday after we have this party. I've already been going to the gym for 60 days. I've already been working things. I've already lost 10 pounds. I've already gained, I've already made this money. I've already reached out to these clients. Imagine what January 1st will feel like for you. December 31st will feel like for you. If you were sitting with that feeling instead of, oh, this is going to be the year that I do it.
Right.
You're already confident. You're already there saying, this is going to be the year that I crush it. Because I'm already doing it. I don't have to. I just get to go to bed on December 31st saying, already there. No resolutions. I'm already up and going. If that's where you are, if you haven't done this yet, for any reason, come. And when you see, one, the price, it's ridiculously low. And two, the money back guarantee. Go through all 5 days. Show up every single day. Take from us all you want. And then get your money back on Friday. If that's how you feel at the end, you're like, this isn't it. This wasn't for me. We will not balk for 1 second. We're not going to make you jump through hoops or show us your proof or all the stuff. It's just, there's nothing at risk here. So if you have done it and you don't know, if you're lacking confidence, if you just don't know what to do next, we've got you. That's what Sprint to 5K is. Join us next Monday and let us take you by the hand and get ready for a freaking awesome end of the year and an amazing year of the writer. 2026 could be massive for you. The industry is already set up. Now it's just up to you. And if you get started with us, I have the utmost confidence that you will be successful next year.
And I would just say, if you've been with us for this 50 minutes so far, you want this. So, you wouldn't be here if this isn't what you wanted. And honestly, this is just tied up into such a beautiful package to help you know for sure, one way forever, is this the path for you? You will know, and you will. And if the answer is yes, which I would bet it is, you are going to have such a head start for next year and the rest of your years.
And I just wanted to mention logistical. We're starting on Monday, November 17th, just to be very clear. And I want to make sure I say this right, at 3 o'clock every day, 3 o'clock Eastern time. We're always Eastern time on our live events. And plan for 2 hours. We won't always go into 2 hours, but the presentations are about an hour, and then there's activities for you to do. You're going to be participating actively, not sitting back and just listening. But we have stuff for you to do, which is a blast, right? Because you're going to be taking steps toward your progress. And that's it. 5 days, you're done. And so next week, it could be your magical week of change.
I love the magical week of change. I have a few of you asking about international. You do not need to live in the US. So one of the, oh, and actually Krista's saying, best investment I ever made. It's a lifetime of support, no doubt. Thank you, Krista. If you're new to AWAI, this is our thing. Like, we love to get to know you. We love to work with you. If you are willing to lean in and do this work, we are going to be lockstep with you every step of the way. And Krista is a perfect example of someone who's doing the work and is finding the success. And so thank you, Krista, for being here and for saying that. Those of you who are asking about international, you do not need to be in the US to be a successful copywriter. And whether I see a couple others about language, English being your first language, not your first language. First of all, there's this great tool called AI that can actually help clean up writing. That's an option, but you don't have to be in the US and you can still work for US companies. We have copywriters who work for us who do not live in the US. It doesn't really matter to us where you live as long as you're writing and you understand our people and empathizing with their problems. And that's not barriers of country or continent is not an issue as long as you can, meet your deadlines and whatever that kind of thing is. As far as English being your first language, you don't have to necessarily work for US companies either. You can work in a country or 4 countries where they write and market in your language. So that can be, our stuff is transferable to any culture. And actually your understanding the culture can actually be a benefit. So like Ingrid who's been here, was given a job or referral by somebody else who's an AWAI member because she speaks French. And so there's that opportunity to even understand like the powers of persuasion. What we teach at AWAI are fundamental. There is no change in empathizing with person, understanding what their problems are, showing up with a solution, understanding clarity in writing. Like the things that we teach you are universal. So that doesn't matter. But then when you layer in, like the reason you should hire me, company, is because I understand the powers of persuasion, the fundamentals, the universal principles, and I understand our cultural norms. I understand our things. I had a great conversation this week with someone who's in Greece, and she said they have no idea about direct response here. So I am this marketing genius to every company that I go to because they're not learning. It's not here yet. So that's been a great undertaking. So you could work for US. You could also, my US potential expats, those of you who are thinking about jumping ship, you could take this job, start it today. It can go anywhere you want to go with it. So that's another option. Our friends over at International Living love us and our stuff because they're people who want to retire overseas, can still make money living overseas. So wherever you are, there's a way to slice it. Wherever you are, whatever you speak, try it.
Copywriters are the lifeblood of economies in every country. Selling happens in every country. And these fundamentals that you're learning can help businesses in every country. So don't let that feel like a limitation in any way.
No, we have members everywhere. We have live classes and people show up from everywhere around the world and they're making it work. So don't let that be a barrier to you.
Okay.
I love
you all. Going to see us in the 5K sprint. Let's see who else. Come on. I'd love to see who else already committed and just can't wait to get started.
I love that you all are supporting each other in the chat. Like I'm here answering a question here and Jennifer's answering it in there and giving like doubling down on what I'm saying and then giving even more helpful information. Eric, same thing. You guys are just so great. This is, again, if you're new to AWAI, this is one of the best communities. I really can't believe every day I wake up and I think this is what I get to do. I get to be here. I get to be with you all, Katie, Pam, and you all watch. Like this is, I have to pinch myself to believe that this is real. But as you're seeing, like if you're new, this is what you can expect from our community. People talk about how, on social media or in the world, everybody's becoming, and insert whatever negative phrase you want to say. I don't see that at AWAI. Like AWAI, it's like we live in this beautiful bubble where people are kind and caring and helpful and want to see you succeed. We oftentimes fear that like there are competitors, right? They're also in this space. It's not like that. Ask any question and watch how many people come to support you. It's the most beautiful thing in the world. I can't even.
It is. And I love it too, but I do think it's the people that we attract in this community.
100%.
But I also think it's because there's such an abundance of work available that it doesn't feel like, the pie is so small. The pie is big and there's lots of pies and lots of flavors and lots of shapes and all the pie stuff. But, so I do think that helps foster that. that generosity of spirit. And again, we just have a cool group. We just have
Ingrid
a cool
says,
group.
one of the best, Rebecca, the best of all. Thank you, Ingrid.
Love it.
Well, good. All right.
All right. Well, I'm
I hope
ready.
to see you all on Sprint to 5K. I got my shoes on, ready to go. Hydration, everybody sleep this weekend. And Ingrid said her biggest problem is that she's not going to be able to sleep. So
Oh,
I get that. I feel that for you. But just know that no matter what's been in your way so far, don't let any past, that's the other thing. Don't let any past stories stop you from doing this today. You know, if there's something that you've tried and didn't succeed at, or I've got this curtain back there is a closet full of stuff that I have purchased and never did anything with. So I get that, right? But don't let past failures, past limitations, it's all about timing. And maybe this is the right time for you, because again, we're moving into a phase in this industry where, like Katie said, already there's so much opportunity. If you're just watching her interviews that she's running every week, it's crazy how much opportunity and success is out there. But we're about to come into a period where it's going to boom in a massive way. So why not? If you're going to shoot your shot, shoot it now, because now is the time with it. All the cards are just set so perfectly for you. It's a beautiful time to do it. So I hope that you can come in next week, excited and ready to go, ready to work, leaving everything behind you. We've got you. If you show up, if you come and you do the things that we tell you to do, you're going to be fine. All that stuff, all the head trash, all the past stories, anyone telling that you can't, you telling yourself that you can't, we're going to prove you wrong next week. Just show up. And if not, again, you can get all your money back, but there's nothing here to stop you from going after the thing that you want the most. And I hope that you do. I hope that you join us. We're going to be there. We're very excited about it. And it'll be exciting to watch how everything unfolds as we go through the week.
Oh, cool. Suzanne's going to be there, and
Yes.
she's starting up her
Excellent.
new writer's life in Dublin. So that's very exciting. Oh, Ben, and Ben, I'm calling you out here. You've been struggling with imposter syndrome. You're not alone. It's very, very common. And again, getting skills, being part of these communities, working together, getting the motivation, understanding the value that you're bringing is what's going to at least put the imposter syndrome in the back seat. It won't be driving the car. So
I read this interesting book called Think Again. I actually just finished it again for a second time. And he talks about imposter syndrome. And you're going to hear two things. One, you'll hear people say, imposters don't have imposter syndrome. So remember that. It's part of our DNA and human makeup to judge ourselves and think that we're not good enough. Even me, decades later, I still have, from time to time, I have the insecurities. It still happens. We don't get to unshake that. But right next to that, in this book, what he talked about was that imposter syndrome is actually a benefit. So if that's popping up in your head, the reason you have imposter syndrome is because you think you don't know it all. And the person who doesn't know it all is curious, is in learning mode. Being in learning mode and being curious is the strongest.
Absolutely.
It's actually more dangerous for you to lose that as a writer. Kate and I have been lectured many times by one of our business partners about that. Once you lose it, you risk becoming arrogant or complacent. If you lose the desire to learn and be curious and to challenge yourself and question yourself, then you just think you know it all. And that's a dangerous game. And so I think I want everyone to walk away from that one comment about imposter syndrome thinking just a little bit different. Think Again is what the name of the book is. Maybe my imposter syndrome is the fact that I'm recognizing that I don't know it all. And my not knowing it all is a very valuable gift.
Right. Right. So again, that's one of those things that I'm not going to do it because I have imposter syndrome. Well, let's work on overcoming that. And like Rebecca's saying, viewing it as a strength, not a weakness, that it is going to have you look at things differently, be more curious, open to learning in a different way. And use it as a propellant, not something that's holding you back. I mean, you just don't want to be in the same position next year of saying, oh, I almost started, but my imposter syndrome didn't let me. So, and again, I'm not trying to beat up on you. I'm actually trying to love on you and encourage you to, let's just set that aside for next week. And let's check back in next Friday and, have a talk about how you're feeling as far as that goes.
I like the propeller. So we're going to sprint a 5K right now. But the next time we come out, I'm going to put a propeller on your back and like pushing you forward like a little
jetpack to 5K.
jetpack.
I like swim flippers too. We'll flip
Yes.
in the water.
Yeah.
Imposter syndrome.
Superman to 5K.
Here's something to think about over the weekend about imposter syndrome is that I have worked in this industry for 312 years, as you know, and I will say that most of my clients have absolutely no idea how this works. They don't. They're running their businesses. They're running their marketing departments. They're not trained copywriters. So I just want to make sure you understand you already know more than they do. And even if you just started learning, you already know more than they do. And so think about that this weekend. We're going to pump you up next week. Okay, get ready to pump you up.
Pump you up. I love this.
Yes, right.
Ryan is saying too, before we go out, just this whole
that.
why. I want a career with AWAI for my children. I want them to be part of this too. I see you, Ryan. I have 2 kids. One is 12 and one is 14. And they are all in. And we talk about everything. We were playing the game of life a couple summers ago. And Alex is going, if you've never played this game, you have to pick a career. And it talks about how much money you can make and whether you go to college or not go to college. And Alex is like, my son was like, where's the copywriter card? I mean, you would make more than the brain surgeon and you don't even have to pay to go to college. I'm like, oh my gosh, kid,
Awesome.
You get it. My daughter is learning persuasion in high school right now. She's like, Mom, it's so funny. They were asking these questions and I'm like, because I know the answers. And like the teacher will say something and I'll layer on 2 more points. She's like, persuasion is my game. I've taken the AWAI method. I know all of this stuff. So when she's learning it in school, my kids are going to be in this space. There's no way. I know the reality of the world, the future of work. So I'm with you, Ryan, 100%. And you learning this and bringing them along for the ride, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So congratulations.
We have quite a few multi-generational copywriters that have come through AWAI in our 20 years, 30 years now. I can think of 2 off the top of my head where it's people's sons that are now very established copywriters, thanks to seeing their parents in action and really getting that front row seat of what's available to them. Christine is just somebody with no prior experience. I mean, we did cover on that, and I think this is a great framework. It's a great foundation to have in place. So my answer is yes. But again, you got to try it out for yourself, and then you be the judge.
I agree. All righty then. We hope to see you guys next week. If you have any questions, reach out. We are available. Our member success team is available, but all the information about the training is there. The guarantee, all of it is all there at awai.com/sprint. And I really am excited for next week and can't wait to work with all of you, including you, Pam and Katie.
Yes. Oh, it's going to be so much. And our experts. I'm just so excited to get another dose of Ted and Russ and Heather. And
I need it.
I always learn from these really brilliant people. So
I love Kim says no prior experience means nothing to unlearn. Can I just tell you, Coach Kim,
amen.
My first big job out of college, I was a marketing trainee. And it's because the CEO of this publishing company, I've been in publishing my whole career, did not want to have to unteach marketers their bad habits. So he's like, you know what? I'm just going to build them the way I want them built from the way up. And there's something to be said about that. Not having experience is you don't have to unlearn anything. I love that, Kim. Thank you. Gosh, y'all are so helpful. I need to put you all on screen and let you guys run this next time. This is amazing. All right, y'all. I think we should call it. I think we're ready to go, and we'll see you Monday.
All right, everybody.
Bye, y'all.